Now I've already tested the 2015 Kia Soul EV, electric vehicle. Behind me, the 2016 Kia Soul EV. And there's one major difference. Tune in later to see what that is. But I'm actually going to discuss what this Kia Soul EV means to Gen Xers like me. And I'm going to discuss what it means to millennials. And I'm going to discuss what it means to everything. So, let's find out. Well, the shape might not be quite as recognizable as, say, a VW Bug, but the Kia Soul has really carved an image out for itself. Even though it's Korean, it masterfully dictates that cubist shape that's so popular in Japan. Okay, it's boxy, but these days it's very hip to be square, and with those crazy wheels, well, that sets it apart from the other ones. You know this is the electric vehicle version. Of course, the main clue that this one is an electric vehicle is that there's no grille up front. But overall, I think the shape is absolutely awesome and very cool and very hip. Plus, form follows function, and it's a very versatile compact utility vehicle. Taking a look at the interior, it does look sleek and modern, but there's something else. In fact, all the materials inside are made from sustainable materials, and that is a very cool thing. You get manual adjustment for the seats, but they are very comfortable and contour to your body very well. Plus, they're ventilated and heated. The blue piping on the seats is pretty cool and modern, and it's matched with blue stitching on the armrest here. Open it up, and you've got deep storage. And then moving forward, more storage, plus 2 cup holders, and electronic parking brake, parking sensors, and the active eco mode. Just 1 speed to the transmission because it's an electric vehicle, and you have a braking mode for going downhill as well. Plus, you do get keyless entry, which is very nice. More storage here, 2 chargers, a USB input, and a place to hook up your smart or iPhone. Just a single zone for the climate control, but it is very easy to use. As is the very large infotainment screen. It's excellent. Here you have information about your range and eco settings. Of course, you can go in to your radio and check out those settings. It's very nice to have that Sirius XM radio. Got all my favorites programmed. Media. There you go. Quick access to your jump drive and your smarter iPhone too. You also get plenty of apps that you can scroll through. Very nice. And Pandora, things like that. Excellent. Uvo also, which keeps you connected to your phone and is also good for safety, like GM's OnStar. On the steering wheel, you have controls for your radio, volume, and channel. Bluetooth down here, cruise control right here, and your menu, which is straight in front of you right here. And you can go ahead and scroll through that menu, make your selections, check out information. Very nice. On the left, you have information about your range, power, eco, and charge. That tells you how you're doing with the accelerator and your charge. You can see right now I have 110 miles to go. And on the right hand side you have a digital speedometer. You can adjust your steering wheel fore and aft manually. Here you have controls for lighting. You can pop open the charging door, set the timer for charging. You also have a heated steering wheel and a traction control off button, which I never recommend pressing. On the door you have controls for your outside mirrors, power windows and door locks, place to store your phone here, storage below, plus another cup holder. So all in all, it's a very tech-savvy and I think very forward-thinking, comfortable, and slightly luxurious interior too. Out back you actually get heated seats and a power window, place to store your phone and a cup holder here, plus seating for up to 3 across. Go ahead and pop the trunk out back, and you can see that you've got a decent amount of storage behind the seats. There is also a cover, but I have that out because I find it gets in my way for most of the stuff that I end up taking with me. Down below you get some hidden space to store your charger and maybe a computer or something to keep it out of sight. That's a good feature. A little storage over here and a charger as well. It's nice that you can actually go ahead and fold the seats down from back here very easily, and then your room definitely increases. Nice. Powering the Kia Soul EV is a 109 horsepower engine, produces 210 pound-feet of torque with a 27 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion polymer battery, 0 to 60 takes 10.7 seconds and 17.9 seconds for the quarter mile. Top speed is 90 miles per hour. Now you'll get the equivalent of 120 miles per gallon in the city and 92 on the highway with 105 mpga overall. And you save $6,000 on gas over 5 years over the average vehicle available for sale in 2016. Charging takes 4 to 5 hours on a 240 volt system and about 12 hours on a regular 120 outlet. So pricing for the Kia Soul EV starts out at $35,950. The only option is really carpeted floor mats, so you're out the dealer door at $36,925, just a tick under $37,000. Of course, don't forget to check those incentives for the federal government and local government too, depending on if you're in a state like California. There may be some out there. But the competition is growing, actually. You've got the Nissan Leaf, the Volkswagen e-Golf, which I'm getting ready to test, so look for my review of that one as well, and other cars like the BMW i3 and other plug-in cars out there that are available. But really what makes this Kia Soul EV stand out is certainly its shape and its styling. It's got that very cool box shape that's very hip, and of course they've got the hip commercials and sort of a hip image going for it too with the millennials, and that's all well and deserved because this is, hey, it's a pretty cool car. It looks different, and the styling is very cool inside too, so there's a lot to make it stand out from the competition. It's also a little bit cheaper than some of the competition, but really the range is what it makes it stand. But really the range is what makes this one stand out, because you can go 93 miles in it, and actually, like I said when I got into it this morning, 114 miles was the real range it showed, so that's definitely impressive. I've gone 14.6 miles now, and now the range is at 93, which is what I was supposed to start with. So that's pretty good. That would mean a range of about 107, 108 miles. So if it could pull that off, that's definitely impressive. Well, this is a good start to a car that's only supposed to have a range of 93 miles. It actually said 103 when I got into it fully charged, and now it says 113. So good start. You know, the amazing thing about this EV here that the millennials definitely will not appreciate is that here I am setting off on a trip that's going to use up most of the 93 mile range here, although it says 112 miles for the range right now. It's going to use up most of that range, and it's a car that is run on batteries, no gas. And you know, someone like me, a Gen Xer who started driving in cars that were pretty questionable as to whether you'd make it back to college or even make it to the party down the street, you know, this is just an amazing age of the automobile. And I'm sure the millennials will look back on this at some point and say, ha, 93 mile range for an electric car, what a joke. And I'm sure soon it will be a joke. And that's actually an amazing thing. If you think about in the time that I've been driving, which I'm not going to mention the years, but let's just say that my dad liked classic cars, and I took my driver's test in a 1970 Cadillac convertible, turquoise with a white leather interior. And now I'm driving the Kia Soul EV here, and it has not only a 100-mile range almost, but it also has every imaginable creature comfort. Heated and cooled seats. It's got an infotainment screen. It's got navigation. It's got apps. It's got any form of music like the excellent Sirius XM radio that you can listen to, and really every creature comfort. Plus it's a comfortable car, and you can actually program it to be at 70 degrees when you get in it, whether the temperature outside is 120 or 10 degrees. It's really an amazing world we live in, and I think that will be lost on many people watching this video. A lot of people say to me, hey, how come you don't have too many bad things to say about the cars you review? Well, cars these days are actually incredible. Even the worst cars I've driven have been pretty nice in terms of what was available just 10 or 20 years ago. Cars are so reliable today. Cars are so comfortable and they're so safe as well. People are surviving accidents that they never would have survived many, many years ago. So it's a brave new world, and I think this Kia Soul EV is the perfect car to bring this technology to the masses and show them that, hey, yes, you can live with an EV. You might not be able to go cross country as quickly as you'd like to, but you could if you really had to. So it's really showing a new generation and an old generation that owning an electric car is a great thing. It'll keep us out of wars in the Middle East over gas, and it's also using renewable technology. In fact, this whole interior is built from things like corn and rice and sustainable materials. So that really is the future of the automobile. Plus, you can actually get incentives to buy an EV. At least $7,500 federal rebate, plus check other local incentives too. So it is a perfect time to buy one of these cars. And even though this one is well into the 30,000s, you can get it down into the 20s with that tax credit. So it's very reasonable when you consider that you'll never have to buy another ounce of gas, much less a gallon, and it'll cost you about $600 to charge this up per year. Pretty amazing. So that's a great argument right now to go ahead and get yourself into a great electric vehicle like this Kia Soul. And really, you're not suffering when you do. Like I said, you've got all of the latest luxury, you've got all of the latest safety, you've got a great warranty, and it's all at a fair price. Plus, you've got the style and utility of the Kia Soul. It's basically a square box, so you can fit a lot of cargo back there, up to 5 people, and it's actually an excellent compact utility vehicle as well as a great electric vehicle. Driving up Independence Avenue in our nation's capital, which is a very fitting street for this Kia Soul because it makes you independent from gasoline and independent from ever stopping at a gas station again, and that's a great feeling. And DC is an interesting city right now. It's a city that's having its metro totally gone over for the first time in many, many years, and it's definitely a needed change. And this EV is a great way to get about town. A lot of more people right now are riding their bicycles, and that's all fine and good, but it's rather hot outside, and in the comfort of this Kia Soul, you're actually getting many of the benefits of saving energy and helping the environment that you would riding a bike, but it's a lot more comfortable to be driving in this Kia Soul EV, trust me. 22.3 miles traveled and 86 mile range, so that's 108 mile range total if it stays accurate here. And look at this. Wow, what exactly do you want to see up above in front of you? That, an open road. That's right. Look at that. Yeah. Well, maybe not in the Kia Soul EV. But that being said, you have extremely quiet power delivery and the ability to hang on reasonably well in a bend and a great open view for viewing the nice curvy road in front of you. So, no, this is not a sport utility vehicle. No, it's not a sports car. But still, there's something very cool about quietly streaming along this curvy road with absolutely no noise. And Kia Soul EV does handle better than you'd expect an electric EV compact utility vehicle to handle. To me, the only thing missing in this Kia Soul EV is the adaptive cruise control. I would like it to have that feature because right now I'm seeing a little bit of traffic, and it would be very comfortable and luxurious to not have to deal with constantly stop and go traffic. But that's it. No other complaints. You've got a nice high seating position and a commanding view of the road all around, and really it's just a small little blind spot back there in the corner, but they do have a window to take care of that. What's even more impressive about the range I've been experiencing in this Kia Soul EV is that I've had the air conditioning cranked and cooled seats cranked too. It seems to have a very efficient heating and cooling system, and that's because it does. It's just like the one in your house. It's basically independent of the rest of the car, and that way it's extremely self-sufficient. And like I said, you can program this car with your phone and make it heat up or cool down, as the case may be, automatically before you get in. Awesome. And don't forget, this being a Kia, you do have the UVO system, which helps you sync with your phone and helps you in the event of an emergency. Plus you get a great warranty and also roadside assistance too for that 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty and 100,000 mile powertrain warranty. Okay, I've reached my destination. I've been 37.6 miles and I have a range of 72 miles left. So that means about 109, 110 mile range, if that's accurate. Now I'm going to plug it in and charge it up a bit. So you just find an empty outlet, plug it on in, and you know you're charging. Excellent. So I spent some time at the mall and my battery charged about 21 miles or so when I was in the mall. That's nice. So now I've got this nice rear view camera to let me know where I'm headed, if it's safe to back up. Looks like it is. Not directional, but still nice to have anyway. Great safety feature. Excellent. So that's basically 21 free miles because the mall charged up the car for me. And you should definitely look out for things like that, because in California I was testing the Cadillac ELR, which is a luxury plug-in hybrid electric, kind of like the Volt, which is a combination of both gas and electric. But parking can be quite expensive in California, especially near the beach. And I was actually able to just charge it and pay for the time charging it, which of course they were paying for me anyway. But even if not, I was able to park for the equivalent of just a few dollars when parking costs about $10. So that's something to think of when you're traveling around with these electric vehicles. There are many charging stations and some of them are free. So take advantage if you can, and if not, sign up with a service. There are many in California and you can get around to where you're going and charge up while you're out doing what you're doing, socializing, enjoying yourself, or running errands. So that's a great thing about these electric cars. They actually save you money in more ways, including parking. And so now, after traveling 72.1 miles, I've got a range of 59 left. So it looks like, even though the range is listed at 93 miles for the Kia Soul EV here, it looks like it's closer to 108 or 110 if the gauge is accurate here. Okay, just getting ready to put it to bed for the night and charge it, but checking out the night look first. And I like the way the gauges look here, but really I'm not crazy about the red color everywhere else. But still, it shows up clearly, and clearly we can see that I've gone 77.7 miles today with 52 miles remaining. And I added another 20 miles or so. So that would mean that the true range for the day is about 109 miles. So that's 16 more than the 93 that it's supposed to get. So good job today, Kia Soul EV. We'll see you tomorrow. Am I going where no Kia Soul EV should ever go? Off-road? No big deal with this. But you do have decent ground clearance in case you do need to head off-road, but no four-wheel drive, so tread cautiously. So the only difference between the 2015 and the 2016 Kia Soul EV has to do with the charger. When you're charging and you're ready to unplug the charger, this 2016 version has to be unlocked. The car has to be unlocked to unlock the charger. Otherwise you can't take it out. And it wasn't that way in 2015, and I found out kind of the hard way. I was done charging it at the mall and I couldn't disconnect it, so it took a Google search to figure it out. But it's a good safety feature in the long run, but make sure you remember that. Very important. But I have been impressed with this Kia Soul EV. It's a great all-around electric vehicle, and it's a great all-around compact utility vehicle too. It's just great transportation, and the extra benefit of helping to save the environment by not using any gas and getting all the benefits of great luxury, great comfort, great economy, great styling, and certainly efficiency really is just the icing on the cake. It definitely has soul, and I'm impressed. Ow! Get down! Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'm Drivin' Ivan.